So it's 2:30 p.m. on Sunday, May 14th, and after 2.5 hours of not being able to use the facilities in this bathroom because there has been someone sitting behind this wall right here, which is the bathroom of Unit 78 that's supposed to be vacant and empty and unoccupied, I finally just couldn't hold it in anymore and just had to use the facilities in this bathroom. It is my bathroom, and I have the right to use the facilities, but I can't because every time I try to come in here and engage in any kind of personal hygiene, whatever it might be, there's someone behind that wall right there that suddenly gets extremely disruptive and intrusive and aggressive. And starting at around 12:15 p.m. when I first came into this bathroom to try to use the facilities, shortly after getting up, somebody directly behind that wall started directly blowing marijuana fumes, cigar fumes, and other foul-smelling smoke and fumes straight through that wall into this entire shower area. This is the shower, and into this bathroom space. And the fumes started also spilling out into my living space and filling the entire area around my kitchen sink. And that has been going on for 2.5 hours. But just now, I just finally had to use the facilities. And while I was sitting there, somebody directly behind that wall started using some type of electronic, remote capacity electronic assault device. And let's talk about that for a second. Give me a second here. Okay, I had to get out of the bathroom because whoever's sitting directly behind that wall right there suddenly started resuming smoking, burning, and blowing marijuana fumes straight through the wall, and the fumes instantly filled that tiny, bathroom of mine. But there is a malignant psychopath sex offender who specializes in electronic surveillance sitting directly behind that wall on a regular basis. This person is a psychotic obsessive, but just because someone is a psychotic obsessive doesn't mean that they don't have special criminal abilities and skills. And this person does. They specialize in planting surveillance devices in other people's bathrooms, specifically around their toilets, because they are a psychotic sex offender who is sick and twisted, obsessed with intruding upon other people's bathroom activities. That person's name is Jay Irizarry, and if you look them up in the Massachusetts Sex Offender Registry, their name is in the Massachusetts Sex Offender Registry. So my hunch that this person is a raging psychotic sex offender is spot on, because when I did my research, Irizarry is on the list of level 3 registered sex offenders in Massachusetts. And this person is constantly sitting directly behind the wall of my kitchen sink, which also shares a wall with the area of my bathroom that's directly behind my toilet. And they sit there for hours, psychotically smoking, burning and propagating cigar-smelling fumes and marijuana fumes to let me know that they are right there. So this psychotic, obsessive, malignant psychopath sex offender who specializes in electronic surveillance in people's bathrooms does this for intimidation purposes. They do this because they get off on creating fear and distress in other people, and that's what psychopaths do. Jeffrey Dahmer was a psychopath. Ted Bundy was a psychopath. All serial killers are psychopaths. Not all psychopaths are serial killers, but all psychopaths have the compulsive urge to hurt other people in whatever way they can, to inflict harm, intimidation, and distress. And that's what the psychopath who sits directly behind that wall for hours does deliberately based on surveillance that they use in this living space. So just now, while I was sitting on the toilet, I started flipping off the area of my bathroom wall that I suspect has some type of surveillance device, and I'll show you where it is. So as I've reported multiple times, my unit has been broken into regularly. The lock that I just put on my door 3 months ago has been picked so many times, I can barely get the key in and out. The key gets stuck, even though the key was working beautifully when I first bought that lock. So somebody keeps getting into my bathroom and living space for the presumed purpose of, well, they also tamper with my stuff, but planting surveillance devices. So I've covered up this area of the wall of my bathroom right here because this is where whoever seems to see what I'm doing seems to react whenever I flip off this area right here. So just now I was sitting on my toilet, which is right there, flipping off this part of the wall right here. And that's when I started getting tased by some type of remote capacity assault device that this person, this cybercriminal psychopath sex offender, seems to use all the time. She's a thief and she's a hacker. So she's able to access technologies that other people might not have access to. One of those technologies is some type of device that emits extremely high levels of either EMF or RF or microwave frequency electronic output. And that's a thing. Your cell phone emits EMFs, your Wi-Fi router emits EMFs, your radio emits RFs, your microwave oven emits microwave frequency radiation. All those things are household items. So it's not a stretch to figure out that technology companies have been able to make devices that concentrate these types of radio frequency, electromagnetic frequency, and microwave frequency radiations for assault purposes. And this has been happening while I sit on my toilet, flipping off the part of the wall directly across from my toilet that I suspect has a surveillance device on or around it somewhere. I mean, if you're a sex offender and you get off on watching what people do in their bathrooms, where else would you put a surveillance device? Directly in front of the toilet. Maybe also inside the toilet, because if you're sick and twisted enough, you get off on that too. And obviously that's what this person is doing. This has been going on for years. I've been reporting it for years. The police are stupid. Management is completely biased. They protect her. I think that she does work for them, and that's why they're denying that she's capable of any of this. But it's happening. So I'm just going to keep reporting it because gaslighting is now a thing when the police, law enforcement, and other authorities don't like what somebody is telling them, even if it is factually correct. The police are stupid. They don't have the capacity to investigate this type of crime. And therefore, they try to shut you up when you tell them, look, electronic assault devices exist, you pathetic idiots. Guns and knives are so 1920s. Why don't you get with the program, you fucking retards? But they're just kind of useless, and they don't want to investigate anything that they don't understand, which is guns and knives, and maybe like, baseball bats. That's what they seem to understand. If someone is coming at you with a baseball bat, the police will react. If someone is using an electronic assault device on you, the police are like, what? I don't believe what you're saying. And that's what one police officer that I called 2 weeks ago said. He's like, I don't believe it. Well, you're an idiot because your cell phone can be used as an electronic assault device. You pathetic idiot. Your cell phone is an electronic assault device. You idiot. How stupid are people? They don't understand science or radiation or how anything works, obviously. But just because I'm reporting it doesn't mean that I'm making it up. In fact, if I am reporting it because I have a scientific degree and 18 years of experience as a research scientist in the biotech and pharmaceutical industry, as well as at Harvard Medical School, if I am saying that it's possible, then it is possible, you pathetic retards.